Sorry for the late start. It is actually quite a miracle that I was able to get here when I did. So we are on a little bit of a time crunch for um, for the baseball. Let me just update my projections, and we are going to get right to it. If I have time to do football, I will. But let's take care of the baseball first. Projections are now uploaded. And as usual, we're going to do the same thing as before. First, I'm going to go look at my sheets and tell you what I think, and then I'm going to actually build lineups. So it does look as though McCullers is the best play, and then Carrasco would be next. And then a big drop, as far as I'm concerned, to Mikolas. And then it's that Jameson guy who is kind of tempting me to play. So for me, it is just kind of a four-pitcher slate: McCullers, Carrasco, Mikolas, and Jameson. And depending on how I build, that's where I'm going to go. I'm probably not going to play Mikolas. That's just not my type of player to play. Then when I take a look at the stacks, and I apologize, I'm going to miss FanDuel, but when I look at the stacks, I have Houston, San Diego, and St. Louis basically all the same now. It was earlier, Houston was kind of a standout. Now I have them all equal. And I do have St. Louis as the lowest owned of those three. So that might be the way to go. And the other thing I might do is maybe play the Mets. Because I think Minnesota, when I'm looking at the value, Minnesota and Kansas City, I do think Minnesota is going to be a little bit chalky for my blood. On the value side, I probably would prefer to do something like Kansas City. That's the way it looks from kind of the top-down view. So again, the pitchers once again would be McCullers, Carrasco, and maybe Jameson, and the hitting would be some combination of Houston, St. Louis, and the Mets. The Mets probably being the low-owned option. I think that's certainly worth mentioning. As usual, I'm going to do a SaberSim build and see what SaberSim would give me, and then I might make some adjustments based on that. So we'll upload, and we will talk about the football in a few. I'm sorry, I'm just not messing around here because I'm doing this on the fly. I'm doing this for my own lineup, so you get to see me struggle as everybody else does. So I uploaded the projections. I'm building my lineups and see what type of things I get, and then I'll see what kind of what will I might impose upon the system. I think I might be inclined to take some shots with that rookie. That's going to be where I think I'm going to go, as far as adding to what SaberSim gives me. And if I get Mikolas, I'll probably X him out. It's just the way what I feel like doing. So as expected, pitching, you get a whole heap of McCullers, Carrasco, and Mikolas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to X out Mikolas. I'm just going to take a stand on him, and I think that's perfectly reasonable to do. And then automatically gives me some Lynch and Brubaker, which I think is actually a good thing to have. So let me then put in some Jameson. Where is he? Oh, Drew Jameson there is. So let's give him a minimum of 20%. It's probably going to yell at me. No, it won't actually. Okay, so I'll take 20% Jameson, and this is actually pretty reasonable. But that locks in McCullers. I think that's actually not bad. But let's see what type of hitting I get for my troubles here. I do get some of this value. So Kansas City, Cincinnati, St. Louis, Houston, San Diego, Minnesota. I do get some Mets. I do like that I'm getting a bunch of Kansas City. I think that's actually pretty strong. Yeah, I could share my screen. Why not? Okay. So as I was saying, I mean, my stack makeup, I do have about half the stacks being five X's. You know, some 4 3s, but mostly 5-man stacks. And again, my teams are kind of spread out among this value. You know, St. Louis, Kansas City, Cincinnati, which I like. You know, so I actually don't mind taking the stands on those two pitchers, on McCullers and Carrasco, and filtering in some of the this Drew Jameson. I think he's live at low ownership. Um, and you know, one little sliver of Brubaker, and that should kind of do the trick. So for my money, I mean, what I'm gonna do is probably just, you know, just plug this in. But and then what I'll do, again, I only have like a half an hour. So I'll take some questions about the baseball slate, and then I will go ahead and whatchamacallit. And then I'll update the football projections and see if we can't. Why can't I edit my entries? Oh, there it is. I feel like Bobby. Bobby's the one that always seems to have the problems entering his entries. Can I show this? Actually, I can because I'm not using it. So we'll do this. And I guess that's the stand, is not playing any what's his name? Is not playing any Mikolas, and instead, you know, playing like 20% of that rookie and just kind of seeing what happens. And I think it's all pretty reasonable, you know. Just want to make sure this is uploading. All right, that's uploading. And now let me see if I can take some questions here. If there's anything pending, no. So what I'm going to do while that's happening is I want to update the projections for the football. I can't believe I'm going to get all this done in a half an hour, and then I'll run a Saberson build with football, because it was an interesting build. The first ones I did for the football was that I was getting a whole bunch of Josh Palmer in the captain. So I just kind of want to see if that's something that's going to hold. I mean, obviously, I mean, it seems pretty. I mean, it seems pretty obvious to me that this is a, you know, a pretty let's just say offensive-minded slate. Let's put it that way. Twins or Cardinals single entry? That's a good question. I like the Cardinals. I would prefer the Cardinals over the Twins. I would also, just for the record, I would prefer Kansas City over the Twins also. If you just want my opinion. And so again, what I'm doing in the background here, just so you know, is again I'm just updating the projections for the football. And again, as you guys hopefully know by now, I mean, there's the football showdown projections is obviously the most, let's just say, the most fragile. It's the best way I can describe it. What else we got? Any other QQs in here? Just so you, or long Qs. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. But I am going to be around for all the pageantry this weekend. Pageantry being, you know, DGen Saturday and Sunday. And I am going to be around for the football live stream on Sunday as well. I'll download this source and I'll come back to the question board. See if I can answer anything there. Let's see. Let's see. Put my head in. See what you got. Yo, Sheets. McKitty wins someone a mill ball tonight. Who is McKitty? Oh, in the showdown. All right, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Who's McKitty? I literally have no idea who that is. I guess he'll show up in the numbers here when I run this. All right, it's gonna be interesting. McKitty. Hey, you don't have to sell me on the guys that no one's heard of. I love playing the guys that no one's heard of. Playing the guys people heard of, that's so pedestrian. Finish this source, then I'll have one source left, so I can come back and get some questions here, and then I will have a full 10 minutes to talk about the football. This is like the ultimate live before lock. It's like a fully half hour for 2 sports. Let's see. McKitty, huh? All right, I'm almost done. So we're going to find out who this McKitty character is in a minute. That's what I'm here for, man. I'm here for the McKitties. I'm not here for the Mahomes. You don't pay your good money for me to tell you that Pat Mahomes is a good play. Who knows? Maybe he's not a good play. Maybe he's a bad play. You know what I heard all week? How Mahomes has never looked that good. That they're running like a well-oiled machine. I mean, correct me if my information isn't accurate, but did they not play the Cardinals last week? They played possibly the worst defensive team in all of football last week. And we're going to judge what the Chiefs are based on that game. Now, obviously, they have a long history, but they did lose Tyreek Hill. I don't think it's so easy to say, okay, because they scored a lot of yards against Arizona, and that makes them so great. Not that they're not great, but certainly wouldn't be because of last week's performance. All right, so let me run a football and see who these characters are. McKitty. I guess my first question to myself is, am I going to get to any of McKitty? Whoever it is, I'm going to have to play him because you put him into the ecosystem as not the ecosystem. What's his name? Bobby likes to say, once you put it in the universe, then we have to play him. So once you put him in the ecosystem, I think we have to play him. So but first I want to see if he shows up. So I can actually show you this as I'm doing this. All right, so let's pull this up and let's see what my board looks like with respect to these McKitty characters. Let's see. Is there a McKitty in my list? McKinnon? Is that who you met? I don't have a McKitty. The Palmer is going to be probably the nuts, but okay. So let's do this. So let's keep these at 0. I got to save this as a showdown slate. Showdown projection, and then let me do FanDuel. And I'm not playing FanDuel Showdown ever. I mean, not this whole season, but just so you know what it looks like. Okay. Pretty much the normal guys. And we'll put Showdown just to give you a little behind the scenes look. This is how we actually upload this stuff to the files. Once I do this, it'll automatically populate the site. And then what I'll do before I go through it, do I have time? Yeah, I have time. Plenty of time. And then what I'll do is I'll post in the Discord that I've done this. I'll put Showdown sheets up. Then Showdown sheets up. And then what I'm going to do, I'll run this right live. Let's pull up a DraftKings build. Let's see what I would get. Wait, am I even in football? Yeah, I am. Without making any changes, what type of stuff I would get. I'm probably just going to play like 30 or something. And I guess what I should do, and I will do probably when I rebuild, is limit the salary to say 40 something, 49.1 maybe. I mean, I'm not winning with 49.5. I mean, there's McKinnon. There's your man. There you go. Is that who you meant? I hope so. But Josh Palmer is definitely the nut captain. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to rebuild and make a max salary something like 48.9. I got to do that, right? I have to have some kind of uniqueness here. That's one thing I've been really struggling with, is getting unique lineups in this thing. I don't even need to win. I just need something unique. I ran a search and I had nothing that was unique in all of this. So that's Jerick McKinnon. He's the man. How about Jerick McKinnon, the captain? You like that? See, that's what I'm talking about. Josh Kelly in the captain. Dustin Hopkins in the captain. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is McKitty. Now, who is McKitty? I don't even have him in my list. I don't know what to do. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll pull him up. I'll pull him up manually and see what this character is all about. Kitty, huh? All right, so let's see who this McKitty guy is. Are you trolling him? Are you trolling me? Let's see. Wait, there's suitcases. Okay, let's see McKitty. Who is this guy? Oh, that is a person. Trey McKitty. 4 targets. That's good enough for me. Oh, that's good enough for me. I'm doing it. I'm definitely doing it. I'm definitely doing this. There's McKitty. I didn't get any projection. I don't care. We're gonna give him a little projection. Dude, this is good enough for me. Yeah, I'm gonna send these exposures. We're gonna play some McKitty. We are definitely playing some McKitty. You give me a $400 guy that had 4 targets last week, and there's no Keenan Allen. Let's go. Let me see. Let's see. Let me make sure I have him. Why can't I get him? No, no. We're gonna force some McKitty in. Just watch this. They don't want me to play him. This is their loss. We give him like 8. Yeah, then I'll play him, right? Now I bet you'll make me play him. Probably giving 100% of him, but I don't want 100%. So I'll give 20% McKitty just for Justin S. There it is, Big Cat Cowboy. With a nickname like that. There's Trey McKitty. So I don't want him in the captain now. So let's Put him 0 in the captain. Then let's put how about I'll put 20%. Good enough? Yeah, me like. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, I like this. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, what's up, Ev? So let's. Can't believe I'm getting this all done in time. I wonder if this is sold out, because I do want to actually put a couple more entries in. Trey McKitty season. Let me see if this is sold out yet. So I'll play a couple of more. Yeah, it's sold out. No, it's not. Look at that. Oh, great. I'll play like 5 more. Okay, and then we'll do a couple of more lineups, and I'll trade them in. Trey McKitty. Justin S., you will be retweeted when we win all the cheese. All right, I'll take a couple more questions before the mess call is blown. Okay. Very nice. Any questions here before I get out of here? I only want 5% off after you tie for $1 million with me. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Consider that booked. Okay. Good luck, everybody. We have MMA videos coming the next couple of days. We got all kinds of degenning going on, and yeah, no idea. I had no clue, Swift. Don't be surprised. I barely know who Keenan Allen is. All right. Good luck, everybody.